Hi, friends. Host Eric, your host of Talking with Famous People. What am I feeling right now? What are you feeling right now? Which feelings are possible right now?
That's a good question too.
Hi, Jason Blood. How's the land of the rising sun treating you? Don't tell me they're building a new battleship Yamato.
Yeah, it has been a long time no see. What up? We could ask you the same question.
Long time no see. You spent some time at Spike Monkey Channel. Oh, what,
Did you?
can you be a little more specific? Oh,
Hey,
good.
Salem Black.
Spent time with Becky, huh? Good for you. Well, I'm sure she had plenty of hateful things to say about me.
Seems like it must have been kind of nutty yesterday.
What was yesterday?
Well, Taylor called you, and Lightbulb also told you that she can't, like, the rooms have been taken over, and just and now Anchor Boy with Becky.
She is a biased pretense.
Imagine feeling.
She's spreading lies about me and Rachel. No doubt she is. I don't doubt that.
I don't even know her.
I know. That doesn't surprise me. Jason Blood. I mean, she's determined to have me be a bad relationship partner.
She's Pete Campbell.
She's Pete Campbell, yeah.
Who the fuck is Pete Campbell? Right?
We just watched season 1, episode 1 of Mad Men, and boy, it got my adrenaline flowing.
Cool.
It made me agitated.
See, I've been all over town looking for their types MBTI. And I think that everyone gets Don Draper and his wife Betty, the one who was just introduced, at the end wrong.
Yeah.
So I need some solvency. That's really what I'm looking for.
Draper.
My sister loves Pete Campbell. She says he's the realest character.
I'm Cole Powers.
No, he's not real.
So, Anchor Jason Blood, I would like to hear any specifics about these. What she's saying. I'd be interested in hearing them.
Me too. Yeah, Pete Campbell is a love-hate character. I will admit that.
You mean she muted you at her channel because you didn't agree with the group? Well,
thanks, Anchor Jason Blood, for sticking up for us.
I appreciate your evaluating and making a determination or whatever.
True.
You feel right? Yeah, sure. We could video chat sometime, Jason Blood. That's not a problem. We could do it after this live stream, man, if you want, if you're available. So I get very upset when I see media that shows people taking advantage of power disparities, I guess. Like, it's like there's a lot of that going on in that show, right? There's a lot of power disparities and people exploiting those advantages. That makes me upset. Like, it makes me want to go say, hey, Mad Men. I never watched it before. I just watched episode 1, and
It's okay if you hate it.
Well, I don't hate it. I think it's good media. I think it's a good, well put together show. But it's just, I guess because of F5 Polar, I'm not sure. I have a hard time watching hard things. I'm not sure where that comes from.
Well, the best I can tell you about the show is that the karma comes back around. It's a great show for that. Well, and I think I was actually lucky to I started watching it season 5, so a lot of rough stuff kind of already happened, So I don't know. I love the show, and I think it has one of the best season finales ever. Everything.
Does what happen regularly? Does somebody talking smack about me happen regularly? Yeah. What's interesting is in this instance, they're talking smack about my relationship with Rachel. It's it's odd because I really don't think I think I've been remarkably above reproach in my dealings with Rachel from the get-go. I don't really think I've engaged in any behaviors that anybody could really find questionable with her at all,
No.
And people are under the impression that I'm controlling you or something, that
no way.
It's just not the case. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not invading her privacy. I'm not jealous of her. I'm not looking, let me see your phone. Not even she has both of our phones.
Yeah. I've been using yours. Yeah, so Mad Men. Who was I going to answer? Running Fox. I was pretty obsessed too. I started watching season 5, so that's the middle of the 60s, so a lot of stuff had changed. And then when it became free on Netflix, I watched it from the beginning, and I was like, whoa. That era, things changed so quickly. It's pretty incredible. I like to talk to my dad about it because he lived then.
Mad Men would have been better if Don Draper was actually D.B. Cooper. It would have been quite a plot twist.
Who's D.B. Cooper?
This guy who hijacked a plane and got a bunch of money and then jumped out of the plane with the money. And
that would have been fucking so great. Mad Men, literally. Hey, Lantern-esque. How accurate is Mad Men, though? It's pretty damn accurate. My dad sometimes gets emotional during stuff because it gets into historic stuff. They made sure that everything was historically accurate on that show, down to the labels of the bottles on the liquor. It's pretty damn accurate to the point where ENTP's main. It's not like a cush. There's no real pillow to lay on. There's a little thin pillow and maybe a down comforter for some parts, but it's more about history and this mysterious character who is Don Draper was always the question.
I mean, he seems like he's either a ESTP or an ENTP to me.
I like to learn more about that.
Because he might come across as introverted in some sense, but I think he reminded me of ENTP. When he was
jotting down on the napkin, I thought of you.
Well, I don't have to watch more of the show. But
Roger Sterling. Is he ESTP?
Who's Roger Sterling?
Oh, he's the guy with the white hair.
Oh, the white hair guy.
Yeah. I think he could be FP, but I don't know. No, he's ESTP. He does sleep around a lot and like doesn't apologize for it. He has his wife to his office. Yeah, I agree. But see, okay, so the reason I really want Eric to watch this, and he can skip over as many parts as he wants when it's uncomfortable. I just want to figure out the types, because all over MBTI, like Reddits and like chat boards, type him as like INTJ and like other weird things that I don't think he is. So I know Eric will get it right.
Brittle Piggy, it's a tough question, but it's easy enough to tell when you talk to them for a while whether their TI is skipping a beat or not. For INFPs, they kind of got to shift into TI mode. They can be quite quick with it, quite effective with it, but there's a translation moment. You can kind of read it. Also, you can tell in how they value things. So this point here that a lot of ENTPs are mistyped as INTP, I think it's more likely the other way around. I think there's a lot of INTPs who are mistyped as ENTPs. Now, I can think of an example of what you're saying, which is, of course, Isaiah Rude. I first typed him as INTP, but he's actually an ENTP. I think that's the exception, not the rule. Well, thanks, him and Shu Kalra.
Cool, thanks. I'm glad you enjoy the chill vibe too. We like to hear it that way. Sometimes it gets a little squirrely too. It's fun.
It's not always chill, but sometimes it is.
Yeah. I don't think Roger Sterling's an INTJ.
See, now?
I think Peggy is an INTJ, and I think she's a good example of a hardworking INTJ for the 60s.
Sterling's got too much FE.
Yeah.
He's definitely not an INTJ. Don Vito Corleone. ESTP or INFJ?
That's a good question.
Ooh. You mean, okay, you're talking about the guy who kills the guys at the Italian restaurant? Is that the guy you're talking about?
No, his dad.
Oh. I would think that guy who kills the guys at the restaurant, he's probably an INFJ.
Yeah.
That's a totally INFJ character.
Yeah. And I actually do think that the ESTP is Don Corleone. What do I think that Don Draper is? ESTP, ENTP. Those are the possibilities. I'm starting to think he could possibly be an ENTP. It's very...
He's been in war, and that comes up a little bit in the first thing. And so that's going to make a person more reserved.
Yeah.
The thing is, ENTPs are not necessarily as extroverted as I am. I'm a very extroverted incarnation of ENTP.
Yeah.
Because of a couple of reasons. One, I'm a 7, but more importantly, I think, is that it's because I grew up in an environment that encouraged me to be me, you know.
Don Vito might be, I don't know what Don Vito is. He might be ISFJ. He was kind of chicken. I'm not sure. I don't know. But I do know that Michael is INFJ.
So my core is going to be an INTJ. I would say no. I would say no. I think Michael's an INFJ.
Most people say he's an INFJ. He is. You have to look at the first movie first.
I think his brother gets killed in that car shootout.
Yeah.
Sonny.
Yeah, Sonny.
He's probably He might be an ESFJ.
Yeah. No way. Don Draper is an ISTP. That is just bonkers. I'm not sure that anyone I'm not sure that anyone is an ISTP on Mad Men. Thanks, Ronnie Fox.
Now that the bad guy, Campbell, gotta be ENFJ.
Yeah.
Although, I gotta say his FE's pretty shitty in some ways, but it's
people have typed him as ESFJ and ESTJ. He gets
that's a possibility. I'd say he's either ESFJ or ESTJ. He's definitely not that first one you said.
No. He could be ENTP. I never thought of ENTP for him.
Jason Blood, I agree with you in general about characters. That there are some characters that aren't really a clear type because they end up being kind of a mix. Mm-hmm. He definitely has. I don't see a lot of ENTJ in him in the one episode, but I gotta watch more episodes.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I will.
ENTP for sure is Stan. Stan, if you guys have watched the whole thing, ENTP Stan, he's the best. Oh my god, when he comes in, he's a good character to have on there. He's a stoner. He's a big part of the creative team. He's an ENTP.
Sometimes it does work, E3 Zombie, as with Saul Goodman. Saul Goodman is a textbook ENTP.
Yeah.
He's as ENTP as it gets.
Yeah, he is.
Hey.
Yeah, Stan's funny. He is so funny. Can we watch that? I really want to watch. Yeah.
I've never seen that show.
Really?
So I have only seen Breaking Bad. All right, we'll check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a really ENTP character.
Yeah, it is. Sean Spencer from Psych is obviously ENTP.
I don't know Sean Spencer from Psych.
Me either. I was just I don't know why. I've been on a Beatles kick, and there's an episode of Mad Men that deals with the Beatles and it ends with a Beatles song. And so I've been thinking about Mad Men. I've been thinking about the 60s lately.
Well, right now I'm wondering what's going on. Maybe nothing, maybe just a bunch of incidentals. But, we did have this problem. I talked to Lightbulb about it again this morning about the rooms still existing, still having the...
What's going on?
I don't know. We don't know. She emailed them. We're going to wait for an email reply from Whereby. We have the invoice. I have it's in my card.
You paid.
Yeah, I paid for the year. So who knows what the fuck's going on? I don't know. But there's that going on, and then there's Taylor called me yesterday. Anchor Jason Blood comes today and says that he's been doing his due diligence and getting both sides of the story. And
thanks, Jason Anchorblood.
Well, yeah, I encourage anybody to do that.
Me too.
It's like I'm not worried about whatever Becky's saying about me. It's like people can judge for themselves.
The Mandalorian is an ISTP. My butt. What would you say my butt is?
Your butt?
Yeah.
What personality type is your butt?
Yeah.
Extremely high achieving ENTJ.
Oh my god, that's such a compliment. Thank you. Oh my gosh, can I kiss you on that cheek?
Mm-hmm. Thanks, darling.
Yeah. My butt's Charlie's Theron. She doesn't like when people call her Theron.
Good for Opaloid. He's welcome to go there and do whatever he wants.
Who is Opaloid?
He's this INFJ dude that I made videos with for a while.
So you had a good time, Jason Blood?
We'll talk to him. We'll talk to him after the live stream. It's making me curious.
I have you want to go in there? I can.
Yeah. Why don't you go? Well, yeah. They all don't like me.
Are there people in there now?
Becky's rooms, probably. Or are you talking about the CWFE rooms? All right. What am I feeling right now? I'm feeling very interested.
Room is full.
So E3 Zombie says, Eric, I was watching Rachel's typing recently on the TI stuff. Everything seems so shaky. What made you move to INFJ? The others you have typed seem to blitz your TI stuff. Hi, John Henry.
Hey.
Well, what ultimately made me decide to choose an INFJ were a number of different factors that made it basically impossible for her to be an ENFJ. So it's like, it's true that Rachel's a bit of a testing conundrum.
Yeah. Well, can I tell you, I was so tired. I was working at a summer camp that summer. I had work that day, and it was the middle of summer, and I was fucking stoned, just fucking tired. So I was not looking like TI tests. I was scared of, first of all, and second of all, I just wanted to get through them. So that's part of the truth.
Yeah. The thing is,
I'm so glad, John Henry.
one thing I determined is that her SI can't possibly be her polar. She uses way too much SI kind of example memory stuff for polar, but not. She's clearly NI also by a substantial margin. Rachel and I, to the extent that we don't see eye to eye, it's usually because she's being NI about something that I think she should be SI about, or potentially vice versa. Regardless, it's basically very clear to me that she's NIFE, and that makes her an INFJ. I will agree that based on the data that I had at hand when I typed her, I was probably correct to type her as an ENFJ. But
yeah, with the data that you had, I was convinced too. I was like, yeah, you know what? That makes more sense than ENFP or ENTP. So I was like, yeah, I see what he's saying. So I read up on it and stuff. It wasn't until we lived together that I realized the differences between the INFJ and the ENFJ.
Well, Himanshu Kalra, I might suggest that you follow in Rachel's footsteps and become the life partner of your third favorite YouTuber.
Third favorite?
Yeah.
How did you know?
Her favorite, C.S. Joseph. Second favorite, Frank James.
No.
She settled for me.
Oh, that's so terrible. I did not settle. I wished him. I was like, what's he doing in that relationship with that chick? Like, and then the next morning we're broken up.
Frank, around the same time, I actually subscribed to you first.
You subscribed to me before the other people?
Frank James, because I thought that some of Frank James's pictures were scary, so I didn't know what an INFJ was about at the time. So I was like, I don't know if I want to watch his stuff. So I subscribed to you first. You were one of the first to talk about MBTI and socionics and the cognitive functions. And compatibility.
To take your question more seriously, Himanshu Kalra, I would say, like with any type, it's kind of about balancing your first and eighth slot function. For you, it's about knowing when to let the particularist be determinate rather than the universal. For me, it's about knowing when it's time to stop talking and ideating, and time to start doing shit. And that's me, my 1-8. You and your 1-8 is two kinds of knowledge. It's about trying to balance that eighth slot function with your first, because we have a tendency to undervalue, underrespect, and underutilize a perfectly capable eighth slot function because it always seems to be serving our first. Mm-hmm. To the extent that we can get around that a little bit and go, okay, I'm going to get some shit done.
I sing in the shower. I meditate in the shower. I meditate when I sleep.
But the thing about the SI, getting an SI into it is, what I mean is like, when Rachel sometimes gets concerned about our relationship, she'll point to NI things like, well, maybe there's this quality to the Mirage relationships that's going to make us fall apart.
And Jason Blood is right. That we need to try to figure out how to get back into those rooms because...
Well, we're in the process. We're handling it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll get this back. I don't know who's controlling him right now, but
it's packed.
Well, that's good. So anyhow, I think the key then for INFJ is to remember when to know the particular. So, for example, if Rachel wants to make a determination about whether things are going well between us, what she ought to do.
So embarrassing.
What she ought to do is to use her introverted sensing and evaluate whether things are going well between us. Right?
I don't know how to evaluate my introverted sensing at all. But
she, it's the same thing, Nicole Powers, is what I'm talking about for the INFJs. Mm-hmm. It's like, you got to remember, okay, this is one of those things that requires you to know from your actual personal data and not from the universal data. So Rachel reads something on the internet that makes her worried about it sometimes. This website says that you and I might have a conflict when it comes to horses or something, some random thing. Like,
I know.
Rachel, have we had any such conflict? Yeah, but we might have it. Why do you think this? You know,
I get worried.
Is there anything in particular?
Because of what I'm reading.
Right. The point is that's the tendency of the NI Dom is to over apply introverted intuition, just as my tendency is to over apply extroverted intuition. In other words, I spend way too much time live streaming and way too little time making purposeful videos that would do more good for me as a channel and more, maybe even be better for other people because they'd be more entertaining or something. I don't know. It's hard for me to come to a conclusion about this. It's just a lot of extroverted intuition all the time because that's my native way and it's easy and fun and delightful. I just get to talk and some people are talking back to me and we're talking.
It's fun for me too.
We're chatting.
I don't get to talk to that many people. Like I don't have many friends outside of the community, so.
Well, thanks, Himanshu Kalra.
Yeah, they are good.
It makes me want to make more INFJ videos. Yeah, it's all these people who don't like me. I respect their don't like Eric community. That's fine. So the thing is, I didn't like it when I insisted on doing it in my rooms, I guess. After a while, I said, okay, that's enough of this. If you're going to spend all your time poisoning everybody who comes here against me, then.
I think it's not effective anymore. I don't think it's really poisoning people. It's just causing calamity.
It's causing calamity? I hope it's not causing too much calamity.
It kind of.
What kind of calamity?
Like people like like in cartoons when calamity happens, like wow.
Everybody's loving your haircut, Rachel.
Thank you.
Rachel and I cut her hair mostly.
Yeah.
I did a rough initial cut, and then Rachel cleaned it all up and it looked nice.
Yep. You really did help. I was hankering for a cut for a little bit, and I knew that Eric would pull it off, so he helped me out. Thank you. Yeah.
It
is the Beatles kick.
Before I ask Rachel to answer that question, Himanshu, I'm going to answer it myself, which is to say, Rachel mostly uses SI as examples or association links, little stories and stuff to link to other NI things, which is the most metaphysical use of SI. And it's the way in which both of us mostly use SI is that way. So it works out fine.
It does, actually. That's why I think that we're able to like listen to music and introduce each other to different media forms, because we both I feel like I grow. Like, I love Naruto. Naruto is great. It's a great show.
Well, I mean, basically, I've liked everything you've shown me.
Me too.
I think it's the other way around too. We've got the same taste and everything, so it's really easy to watch stuff.
There's more that we enjoy than what we don't, which is really nice.
The other thing is, we're not. While we are absolutely like I can be quite like dramatic in my tastes. Like, oh, that's so terrible with big histrionics and stuff. I'm not actually looking to. I'm looking to enjoy things. I'm looking to find things that I enjoy and to enjoy them. I'm not looking to shit on stuff. So it's only when things are bad that they require me to shit on them.
And sometimes they're funny things, you know? Like, I was like, what was it that you showed me that it was like the worst movie ever?
Or is it the one that we just saw recently? It was like that something green.
Yeah.
Final Findings.
God, it was so bad.
Final Findings.
So bad.
Have I watched Rurouni Kenshin, The Traveling Swordsman? No, I've never watched Rurouni Kenshin.
Hi. Who are you running from, kitty? Thank you, John Henry. Oh, thanks, Infertile Picky. I like to have a little subtle cut, not like too much.
The other kind of SI stuff that she's pretty good at pulling on is, between the two of us, one of us will get hungry. It's like by the time one of us is hungry, then probably the other one's hungry too.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe the amount of it is different, but we're both hungry at the same time. We're both usually sleepy at the same time too. Sometimes I miss you when I wake up and you're not there. I'm like, oh, where did he go?
I want to take a pause here, and I want to talk to Jason Blood. I'm going to put the link for you, Jason Blood. I'm going to mute over here. Okay, Anchor Jason Blood. So if you go in there, then I will mute over here. As soon as you show up over there, we can chat, and nobody will be able to hear anything. I always wondered, how does a bald man get a mohawk? Well, I'm pretty bald. I could get a mohawk, but it would just be this part right here.
Yeah, it would just be that part. That's mohawking.
All right, mute time. All right, now I'm back. So, do I pay for the rooms that are hacked? I paid for the TWFE 1 and 2
Yeah.
rooms. I don't, we're not quite sure what happened to them.
I know, because you took it away. It was given under your account and the.
I mean, look, it's like they just basically disappeared. They're under Lightbulb's email address. She's been managing them. They disappeared from her. She emailed whereby.com. We've got the invoice. I paid for it for a year. We just paid for it. A difficult cursed poop. Inkit 43. Okay. Inkitity. Pinkity. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Jason Blood. I appreciate it. I appreciate hearing about that. Okay. I know. Okay. Oh my God.
What's going on?
The problem with these things is that when I start thinking about these problems, then all of a sudden I can't talk because I'm thinking about the solution of this problem that you've got me thinking about. And cursed difficult, huh?
Himanshu Kalara. Try to, if you're lucky enough, find an ENTP to meet, and they'll help you.
You don't enjoy the idea of meandering along life without purpose, without impact. Well, I feel the same way, and you might think that I have some purpose or impact, but I don't feel like I'm being purposefully impactful at all right now, frankly, except a little bit. I was working on this song today. I think I made some progress on it.
Yeah, you're showing.
I'm gonna play it for everybody. But I also think it's too fast a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to basically start it over to get the right speed. Sit on the side, what's impossible to watch it on the drive, the darkness is down. Sit on the street, in that moment he breathed, these some mysteries he did not release. Sit on his mind, what would come to the dark, but not when he tried, now watch what he makes. Sit on the seams, to accompany his greatest waking dreams, the dark of the toil of his life. The dark of the royal, had it right. The dark of a coil, at the sight. Siddhartha Sajjad, Siddhartha, where are you now? The fantasy is to have Siddhartha right in front of me. And what would I say? Siddhartha, it's impossible to watch Siddhartha try. Siddhartha, sit down. Siddhartha, please.
Yeah, please.
Won't you just complete your sentence? Will you retrieve your functional gait? Your fighting pride, irresponsible now that your hands are tied. Siddhartha was royal, of his life. Siddhartha the royal, had it right. Siddhartha the coil, at the sight. Siddhartha said dead. Well, the reason Waldo Udowski is, of course, because there's a sense of having been afforded, for whatever reason, a limited amount of agency. to spend. And basically, that's the amount of time and attention you can spend on things. A lot of our time and attention for most people tends to be sucked up by responsibilities beyond their control. The answer is no, by and large, for any Fox. Mostly no. Too much any, I would say. So it's perfectly reasonable to think, okay, I'm looking for we're not liking Bad Religion.
Wait.
So I don't do cults. I do, however, do whippets. The thing is, see, I told you it was called hippie crack. Somebody else knows it's called hippie crack. Thank you.
I
for
like that. I never knew.
Yes, this is helium. That's exactly what it
Is it helium? Because I thought helium. Okay.
No reason to inhale helium. Unless you
Well,
want to
no,
float
no, no,
or
no.
got a high voice.
Yes, exactly. That high voice is fun at parties, you have to admit. Do.
Cults don't have petitions. It's a good point.
They have Kool-Aid, and Kool-Aid you can dye your hair with. I know this because his name was Kurt Cobain. Dyed his hair with Kool-Aid, so he had his hair pinkish red for a little while. Boom!
God damn it. Crap.
Crap, damn it.
Oh, whatevs. This one.
No bueno. I think
Almost
I
cracked.
one.
Let me try it again.
I want to do another one for fun.
Okay. Yeah, this one. Open. Or you might have gotten me an empty one.
Did I?
That's possible.
How do I know?
It's not your fault. I usually throw them away when I'm done with them rather than put them back in the box, but there were a couple empty ones in there.
Here, the Rouse bag. Kitty doesn't need the Rouse bag anymore.
You want to get me another one of this thing?
Yeah.
Okay. So the thing is, of course, what do I think about the idea of self-actualization? Well, I prefer the term optimization or just optimize. The thing is, we're all at various moments more or less optimized.
So, Sky dear, does that mean that you would find a handsome, depressed Bill Clinton at one of those places? Or Frank James?
Oh. You wasted that lot.
Did I?
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
No problem. Okay, I want to address this question of self-actualization. So my answer to that question is
I kind of sounded like that. Oh my god, I could do a Don Draper example with the fucking whippet.
Anyway,
Wouldn't it be funny?
I think that people optimize to some extent or another. What optimization looks like is, I mean, it's.
What can I do? You think I can do it? Hey, emailed Anthrax. I feel like I could be like, don't. That's a dumb idea. Why would you do that? To P. Campbell, or he would give like. Okay, I'll do another whippet, and I'll try to do it good to do a deep voice. What's the line that I should say?
Say, are you asking about my feelings? That's what emailed Anthrax says.
Okay.
I am asking about your feelings. What are you feeling right now, emailed Anthrax? I was curious. I said, I need to make a live stream. I need to find out what emailed Anthrax is feeling right now. Is it red?
Yeah.
Is it red? Are you feeling red?
Venus is in retrograde, so Oh, that's why. Are you asking about my feelings?
What are your feelings, emailed Anthrax? What do you feel? You need to be busy. Like you need to be
Take
busy.
a walk.
Well, see, we're just talking about this optimization thing.
Yeah,
Okay?
that's so funny.
So, what comprises optimization is going to be particularist to you and also relevant to your type. So, for example, for me, optimization. Well, for example, here's one vector of particularism is at a certain point in my life when I was a bit drunk, optimization for me required me to quit drinking. Everything else was extraneous to that point. Later on, maybe there was a point when optimization for me required me to do more YouTube videos. Maybe there's another time where optimization for me required me to do fewer YouTube videos. Maybe another time when it required me to blow it all the way out. Rachel X Nitrous. That's a good name for a band. Rachel X Nitrous.
I just wanted to tell directions because I'm a director of the creative part of Mad Men.
You're supposed to say, are you asking about my feelings?
Are you asking about my feelings? Are you asking about my
Are you feeling wah, 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 wah?
Are you asking about my feelings? Are you asking about my feelings?
Are you asking about my feelings? Why'd you say it like that, Eric?
Why? Because we're on why are we asking about my feelings?
Well, we're talking about optimization and actualization for INFJs. So look, the thing is, in particular for INFJs, optimization and actualization may have a particular element to it, like I just said, like I explained, but it also is going to have some sort of universal element that's specific to you that links to like, okay, well, probably if you're an INFJ, your optimization angle is going to involve working towards more TI, a little less FE, and incorporating more SI. Because why? What did you say yesterday?
The same comments that you made today. That's good. I'm glad you're feeling better now. Well, maybe you could do it. Maybe you could see the Don Draper line on Nitrous.
I feel bad, but I feel better now.
And that's what Don Draper will be saying.
The thing is, for INFJs, the problem is this. They can easily enough go through life writing out the interface function if they're in an environment that's conducive to them being them. Rachel spent a long time in an environment that really wasn't conducive to her being her.
No.
And she had to do a lot of adaptation of FE to a very
degree.
I guess you'd say a not very finely calibrated set of instruments.
No.
It wasn't. We're not done.
Right there, bottom,
first.
right there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What theme song are you talking about, Ceiling Black? Have you been in the Raw Room? Have you been in Whereby?
Skyger, Zaylen, I'd like you to tell me, what are you feeling right now? Is it an emotion or a dampening of an emotion of a tenderness? What are your feelings?
¿Dónde está es mi feelings? That was a good one.
That makes me go wah 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 wah. Makes me go wah 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 wah.
I love that Jason Blood thought that was deep.
It was deep. That was deep.
That was deep.
Careful there, little lady.
Thank you.
Don't break everything.
I know, right? I could. That's the thing. That's the thing to you, Polar.
Don't break everything on your way down to the river stream for the brook.
I like babbling brooks.
It is a babbling all day long.
As long as I have the right shoes or take off my shoes at the right time, we're good. For some reason, like I have better grip when I have like no shoes on.
If my name was Brooke, I'd call my channel Babylon Brook. I bet there's already such a channel. I'm sure somebody else is already.
Babbling Brook, we should check it out. Hi,
I'm Brooke.
I'm Babbling Brook.
People have always told me I babble. But you know what? I don't think I do. I mean, this one time somebody said to me, Brooke, you're babbling again. I was like, I'm not babbling again. What makes you say I'm babbling? When I say words, I'm not babbling.
God. No one does an ESFJ better than you.
I don't know if that's ESFJ. That lady right there is more like just like incredibly dumb person. Why did I name this channel Talking with Famous People? Because I just thought it was a funny name. Basically. I thought it was a good name for a channel, so I just made it that. I was planning on interviewing people, like regular people. Basically, everybody I've talked to here in the chat or on the channel in some capacity, they are famous people.
Exactly.
Let's say you're George Clooney. I've never talked to George Clooney. He's a well-known celebrity, but he's not a famous person.
No, he's a celebrity.
Yeah, he's a well-known celebrity, but he's not a famous person because to be a famous person, you have to have been on Talking with Famous People. That's my contention anyway.
It's true.
It's my affirmation.
It's a good one.
Roni Kitchen, again with this Roni Kitchen. I'm still thinking too, by the way. I'm still thinking too.
I hope someone finds it out. We're in the age of Babylon. I was listening to Babylon Sisters today in the shower, and I understood it from a different perspective. It was really fucking cool. Like I was like, oh man, like this dude's trying to teach these like girls a lesson, but it's just like a fun. Like it's just like I don't know. I like put myself in his shoes. I guess I felt FI for the story, I was like, this is soulful. Babylon Sisters. It's a good song. It's like on many layers.
Yeah. Babylon Sisters.
It's good.
It's good.
Is that trouble? Did you know what Pee-Pee did? So Pee-Pee ate from the food that you left out for Trouble. He didn't eat it, so she was licking it. I was like, go you! I was a good girl.
Thanks, Jason Blood. That's really nice to hear. I appreciate it.
That is nice.
That's great.
That
Thank
is
you
great.
for saying that.
Thanks, Jason Blood.
If I didn't already say it, if I didn't already say it, I think I already did. But if I didn't already say it, I'm sorry for being rude. Yeah. If I didn't say it, I might not have. I'm always apologizing to people. Sometimes I forget who I need to apologize to still. I'm always fucking up. I'm almost there on this poop one though. It's got to be. Well, because it didn't turn out to be anything as nearly as bad as everybody was predicting it's going to be. And if you actually look at the stats and you realize that if you have any kind of reasonable take on them, you realize, okay, hold on. What should we let run its course if not something with a 99% survival rate? It mostly only kills very old people who only have a limited amount of life left to live anyway. But in vulnerable populations, they can maybe isolate themselves. But regardless, the point is, the biggest problem with it was that the decision to do all this stuff was done in ignorance, out of an abundance of caution. We've got to stop thinking like that.
Yeah.
Doing something out of ignorance is not showing any caution at all. It's showing incaution. It's showing a lack of care or consideration for the importance of action. That action sometimes helps, sometimes makes things worse, sometimes does damage for no purpose, as it did in this case.
I have to be grateful that my sister planned our European trip last summer than this summer. And even after that, I'm glad I got to see it before this. I'm lucky for that. Thank you, Kat. I'm gonna daydream in the porch for a little bit. I want to soak up this song.
Julio.
We have a coffee. Yeah. Oh yeah, a donut. My dad's watching something funny in the house. It's I don't want to just tell you that it's over and it's done all right. One of those shows. It's two dudes talking to each other and they're hashing it out.
Okay. I was going in a different direction. I didn't think defecation. I was thinking excrement. I was thinking
What's the answer?
Excrement predicament. Okay, Himanshu Kalra, nice talking to you too. Take your leave, do some writing.
Enjoy yourself.
Anytime you get anything done and you have a piece of work product, it'll always make you feel better. Even if it's short, even if it's, you know. I don't know. Did anybody get my one from earlier that I posted on the cursed, huh?
You had a. I didn't.
Let me see. I'm gonna look on the. I put up this a conjunction of terseness, inky pinkety. Did anybody get it? So far, nobody's got it, but there's some interesting notions.
What was the answer?
Well, here are some answers that I'm gonna put nope. No, not what I had in mind, but excellent guesses. Great answers. And nope. Not the right syllable. So anyway, this one I have is I had to remember what it was, but I know I do remember what the answer is. It's a conjunction of terseness is the clue, and it's a 2-3. Conjunction of terseness. It's 2-3. Do you sometimes play with yourself still? Yes. I mean, what do you mean by that? But I play by myself? But I play with my special parts? Occasionally. I've been known to do that. It's got to be something like predicament, excrement, defecation, constipation, defecation, constipated defecation. No, constipate. I don't know. You got to tell us the answer, Sky Gear. You got to share with us the truth in your heart. You got to tell us the answer, Sky Gear, because we're never gonna get it a lot. Come on, tell us the answer. Share with us the truth. It's constipation damnation. That's where the curse comes in. Constipation damnation. That's a good one. It's a good one. See if you get my one. Nobody's gotten it so far. John Henry made some good stabs at it earlier, but he didn't get it right. The clue is a conjunction of terseness, inky, pinkety. It's 2-3. John Henry, you put a bunch of guesses up. It's 2 syllables, then 3 syllables. For example, horsey, Norsey would be 2 syllables. Horsey, Norsey. Except that's not really a word, but it's like it's like yeah, it rhymes. So it's like if it's a 2-3, it's gonna be a rhyme like I'm just like completely drawing a blank all of a sudden for no reason. Shorty cohorty. Yeah. Shorty cohorty would be an example of a 2-3. Thank you, Sky Gear, for saving the day. And so if you came up with that one as an answer, then you'd say, diminutive amigo or something is the clue. Diminutive I mean that's not really a word, cohorty, so that one wouldn't really work. But if it were, you'd say, that's actually not a good example because cohorty is not a word. But I like it anyway. Shorty cohorty. That's what Rachel is. She's my shorty cohorty.
Me?
Yeah, you're my shorty cohorty.
Oh, thanks, baby. I really am. Because I'm short and I would cohort.
So it would be, so let's say I were to give you another one besides the one I've already given you. A conjunction of terseness, inky, pinkety, but I'll give you another one too to think about. Okay, I've got one right here.
These donuts are the bombs, by the way. Thank you so much.
Here's the clue. Okay. All right, there. The jailbait of old world bread. Succinct, interlinked. Well, I guess it does work. Succinct, interlinked works, sort of. I mean, okay, it works-ish.
Thank you so much, John Henry, for being so good at this game. For everyone else who's good at this game.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work as well as the actual answer, though.
I don't understand. So then that word has 2 syllables. The first word has 2 syllables. The second one has 3.
Yeah.
Cool.
You're not gonna have any problem with my rhymes, okay? Nobody's gonna have any problems with my rhymes. They're gonna say my rhymes are legit on both of these answers.
Yeah, no, you're good at this.
This one, the jailbait of old world bread, and the one I put before that, a conjunction of terseness. I would say probably the latter of the two is what's an old world bread? I guess it should say the jailbait of an old world bread, but that's if I tell you that, then well, it's not new world bread. It's not like the America loaf, obviously. It's not Wonder Bread. Basically, it's a kind of bread that doesn't originate in America. Not necessarily. No, it's not a brand. Yes, correct, Running Fox, correct. It is. The kind of bread you throw at a witch. Which kind of bread is that? Witch bread? Unleavened witch bread. Hand me a loaf of that unleavened witch bread. I think I see a witch a-flying. What would you like, my darling?
Nothing. I was just see a baby loaf.
So we've got a couple of exciting questions, a couple of exciting times.
Sorry.
It's okay, my special lady. Lemonade de moldy bed? Lemonade de moldy bed.
That's funny.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't rhyme. But good guess. Quite likely to have been true. I wonder what it would be like if I were to try to argue that I am, in fact, an ESFJ. That's gonna be tough. The thing is, like, my ex-assistant coach, helper guy, teammate on the autonomy school, my right-hand man at autonomy, Abraham, he was an ESFJ. My second wife, she was an ESFJ.
My sister.
Dramatically different than me in every meaningful way.
You probably wouldn't be on screen right now. You'd be talking about your hair being like so long. You'd probably be wanting to talk about getting a haircut and how you haven't been able to since COVID lockdown. You'd be talking about your dad and what he's been up to. Probably wouldn't be wearing that shirt either.
I'd be like, So guys, I know we're all getting tired here of this lockdown, but you know what? We're saving a lot of lives. And that's what really matters. Because it's important for us all to take seriously this COVID thing.
Yeah, that's an ESFJ pastor.
I know, that's why whenever I go out now, I wear a mask, I wear a hoodie, I wear a plastic bag over my head, and I tie a rope real tight right around my neck.
Because he has to hold himself back from what he really wants to say.
Cher believes in life after love? Or does she believe in life after love?
Do you believe in life after love? It's life after love.
I don't.
You don't?
As soon as love is gone.
What the fuck?
As soon as love is gone from a man's life.
I don't understand.
Rachel, listen.
I'm pissed about that.
Love is the gasoline that makes the car of humanity run. As soon as love is gone, there's no more life.
Are there laughs though?
No, there's just crying. Only crying. Non-stop crying.
Thanks, INTJ. What the hell's wrong with you?
There's no life after love. There's also no love after life.
Isn't there just nothing?
You're fucked either way. You're double bound. You can't get out of it.
It's true.
If you lose love, you lose life. If you lose life, you lose love.
You got the Nine Tails, you got Naruto, you got the spot, the Sage thing too. You got to all balance them out.
No matter how well you think you're doing in this game, all of a sudden you're going to completely lose everything.
So why not do another Whip It? I really want to.
Sure.
I think my lack of teenhood experience with it is making me want to be all about it. My 7 is showing, guys. If you guys ever doubted that I was not a 7, you're learning.
I do call it hippie crack for a reason, my darling. It's not because people don't find it addictive. The nice thing about it is it's only addictive in the very short term. After you run out of it, you go, whatever.
Do you believe in life after laughs and love?
Laughs, love, life, learning, and the loo. These are things that matter to share. Yeah.
Gotta ask you about your car.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. When should you guys have an oil changed?
It's been a while.
October?
I said it's been a while. I don't know exactly what.
October?
No, I didn't say October.
I said October.
I don't know when it's been.
It's on your label. It said October.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
That can't be that.
no, because I've added. I don't know when it was. I'm not sure.
Well, your red service light is on.
Okay. Well, it must have just gone on. It wasn't on when I took your car this morning.
The first thing when you start the red service light. What that means is that it's time.
I'm what order you live. Well, I'm like, I just turned 35, so I'm laugh and love and 35. 35 and fabulous. I'm from New York, but I live in California. Live, laugh, love, guys. Also, tune your car up. I really do believe that the light was like definitely not on red. But sometimes your parents need to feel parental to teach you a lesson, even though like he already knows that he needs to get it. He might know. You're good with cold this year, John Henry? I'm glad to hear that. Oh, from Santa Claus. My bad. Did not mean to like lay that down on you, bro. No one wants to get like cold. But sometimes you got it. I remember last time I got cold, I had this haircut. Yeah, you could barbecue. And then you could barbecue Santa Claus. That's an option. Or would it be Jesus? I'm not sure what the holiday's about. Santa Claus or Jesus? Eric is so ESFJ because he really cares. He just cares. I mean, does he? When I fell down off my bike, he looked as if like his FE was like, you're embarrassing me right now, because I fell off my bike and I like bruised my knee. That's polar FI. And ESFJ would be like, oh my god, are you all right? Oh my god, I'll ride. You could ride on my pegs. Cold, expensive. Be bad, get cold, sell it. Buy some good presents. That's exactly it, Infertile Piggy. Toss that to the government. He is plump. But actually, because of the lack of belief of Santa, he's lost kind of a lot of weight. I don't want to disappoint you guys, but he's not as fat as he used to be because of the lack of belief. Thanks, I do know how to sing. I emailed Anthrax, I do. And ESFJ would be like, switch me bikes, exactly, or like, I'll ride you home. He literally like had this look. Eric had this look of like, oh, you like fell off your bike. We're like looking at this horse, and I couldn't move my bike because it's too big for me. It's like probably like 2 inches too big. No, an inch too big for me. So I have to like saddle up on it a lot. And I was on a hill and my bike fell on top of me. It was like a mess. And like Eric was like, oh, and then he like offered his hand to me to like, like, hey, like I'll help you up. And I was like, fuck that. By that time, you already showed like what you really like. I don't need your help right now, thanks. I could get myself up. Santa is depressed because not many people believe in him. Did you get the coal after the haircut or before the haircut? Santa might have been pretentious taste in cuts. Ooh, that's a good question, John Henry. After. I mean, before. I got it before. I absolutely did get it before the haircut. Here comes Eric. Yeah, the look of disgust. Well, I had to look disgust back after, so I wasn't totally nice either, see? Yeah, St. Motel, good ears, Running Fox. SE.
The bike mishap and SE or an S, I think SE.
Yeah. It's like an inch too tall for me, and I was on a hill. I was like, oh my fuck. I was like, fuck, it hurts. I'm okay though. I've had a lot of bike mishaps over my life. I know they say what comes to life is always, but this has always been true, even before I knew about like what you make comes true. Clumsiness. My grandma was always like, why do you always have bruises on your knees? I'm like, I don't know. No, Eric is ESFJ because he remembers everything and is good at stories.
Okay. I mean, that would be a reasonably good argument, I guess. I mean, I certainly say that I remember everything would be incorrect, but I could see how you could maybe present examples to substantiate that. Good at stories. Well, I don't think ESFJs are very good at stories.
No, they're not. They're good at gossiping now.
Having been married to one and having had to listen to many of her stories, I can tell you, I don't think they're very good at telling stories. I think they're good at interfacing with you, having conversations and so forth.
Yeah, they are. They really are.
And
phone conversations too, in particular.
Yeah, you can talk to them about people and relationships and stuff, but you can't really talk to them about ideas very much.
Ooh, I'm gonna draw a picture of myself to put on that board.
Okay. I mean, sometimes you can. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can talk about certain kinds of ideas, but the thing is about ESFJ is they are NI-polar. It doesn't manifest as quite as strangely as ESTJ's NI-polar does, because the ESFJ goes with the general consensus about things by and large, whereas ESTJs, they go with what they're thinking. I mean, look, they're not necessarily bad at it. A lot of them can be decent at doing presentations and stuff. The thing is, whatever the content of their presentation is likely to be fairly like banal, I guess you'd say. They're unlikely to tell you anything you'd you don't already know, or that they haven't picked up from some fairly common source. They've got their aphorisms they go to. My ex-wife used to always say, "Well, everything happens for a reason." Just sort of that was her way of delegating NI to one phrase.
How's your car?
Oh, it's fine. I need to get the oil changed. There's this little light that says basically, it's past your oil change deadline. I've added like oil and like what do you call oil fortifier or something.
Like
Which type do you
stuff
think?
You could get at the store?
Well, the good kind of oil stuff that you can get, yeah. Which type do you think is most prone to asking the same question every damn day just for the sake of asking something, even though the answer will never change? Probably ESFJ, I guess. That's ESFJ. Yeah. My ISFJ mother repeated herself a lot. She had a set bunch of sayings and she repeated them quite a bit. The thing is, I also have a set bunch of sayings and repeat them quite a bit, but I have so many more sayings than she did. It's funny, I saw Les Stroud saying this in an episode I was watching last night. Les Stroud said, "Every little bit helps." My mom used to always say, "Every little bit counts." Why are 1 and 3 absolute values not 1 and 4? Well, 4 is, I think, best described as half an absolute value as is 5. So I think that 4, the absolute value is the opposite aspect of your dominant, and the instrumental is the same aspect of your dominant. And I think for the 5th, it's the other way around, that the absolute is consistent with your aspect and the instrumental is inconsistent with your aspect. So for me, that means SI is physically absolute, an absolute value in and of itself, metaphysically instrumental. NI is metaphysically absolute and physically instrumental. How does TE work in the 4th? Yeah, well, I'm an ESFJ, then CS Joseph is an EHP. I guess that makes Becky an ESFJ too, since she and I are clearly the same type.
Reportedly, exactly. And like from tested from reports, reportedly.
Yeah, my ISFJ mom had fairly simple worldview. She sort of engaged with ideation and academics as a fan more than as a like participant. She'd say cleanliness is next to godliness. She'd say every little bit counts. It's colder than a witch's tit. I bet a nickel. My grandma said, my mom would sometimes say variants of, or I could just spit.
That's so cute. I love that one. I want to steal that one if you don't mind.
Sure. I try to think of more momisms because I feel sad, like I've lost the momisms now. I can't hear her. his Alpha Quadrant video, he did mention about the same correlation between NTP and SFJ. I think CSJS is an ENTP, just like Eric. Poor guy. If he's an ENTP, then poor guy, because he's the world's worst ENTP. TE4 is making inherent appeals to conscientiousness. It's obviously worthwhile for every person to eat less sugar. I would say TE4 is a receptiveness to authoritativeness. I mean, I agree, anthrax, that different enneagrams can make quite a bit of difference, but there's simply no way in hell to see it's just he's just too ideationally flat, He's not verbal in a meaningful way. He's third slot in he's either an ESFJ or an ESTJ. Probably an ESTJ, but maybe ESFJ. That's got to be third slot in And, it's either fourth slot TI or a polar NI, probably fourth slot TI. All right, Swift Eagle, CS Justice and ESFJ. For you.
His wife kicked him out.
His wife kicked him out?
Yeah, his wife kicked him out and he had to live in the car for a while. I don't think an ESFJ would. I mean, look, they get kicked out, but they'd be begging back. I like your sweats.
Well, look, hey, Sweaty, you gotta remember, in this conversation here, we've also had a conversation about Nikki Loins, and I'm not like her, but she is my type. Rachel isn't like Hitler, but she is an INFJ.
Yeah, no, I'm really not like Hitler. In fact, I used to be devastated by World War II. Like, the Holocaust used to haunt me.
She had some hardcore shit back when I was in high school in history class.
Yeah, but as an INFJ, I feel like I understand more why it hit me so bad. Because, I was obsessed.
He did successfully convince his wife to take him back in? How do you know anthrax? Really? Is that true? Sort of?
I don't know, because he was dating not too long ago. Exactly. Sort of is no. See, that's where I use my TI.
Hey. If you're going to caps lock, you better be shouting.
Can I join the club?
What's the deal with FI third? Okay, get a load of this FI third. Have you ever noticed how FI thirds are always getting in your way? And don't you hate it when FI third is? He talked about it on his video. He socially engineered her to keep his stuff.
Whatever.
Sky Deer, you're a bored INTP who's speculating that Swift Eagle is a bored INTP who's pretending to be an ESTJ who pretends that he doesn't agree with his type. Hitler might be an ENFJ. C.S. Joseph won't type Hitler. I mean, but here's the thing, Hypatia 9. I think more likely Hitler is an INFJ on meth.
Damn it, too. I've never done meth. I'm low-key when it comes to drugs, and I inherently know that.
Yeah, you're not a...
Yeah, I'm not a drug trier-outer. Whippets this is big time for me. It's like me trying shrooms. That's how innocent I am when it comes to drugs. Yeah, I like that he was born on 420. I have theories about that, though. That he was really an Aries, but they wanted to, not make him, look like such a shithead. So they made his birthday a Taurus instead. But I don't know. It's just a theory.
Infertile Piggy, I'm taking away your message because I don't know, just erring on the side of caution. It's too neutral. Like it doesn't not because you did anything wrong, but just you just got me skittish. All right.
That's true.
Meth makes you like an EHP. Yeah, right. Well, just imagine if you're an INFJ who's somehow managed to get yourself into a pretty good position of power, and now all of a sudden has a very special doctor who administers Vitamotion to him. It's like it's vitamin mixture. Except it's full of meth. And he's like, oh wow, this shit works fantastic. These vitamins are amazing, doctor. Let's invade Russia. Come on. Why not? We'll be able to do it. I got plenty of energy. I'll run the whole thing from here. I'm sure I'll be up for days probably. And then he'd crash out. And like people would be afraid to wake him up because he'd be so crashed out. Well, anyway. Hitler's definitely not an INTJ because he wouldn't have the FE. It's a stimulant. I mean, it's not. I guess it's not really a stimulant. It's an amphetamine. I guess that's a stimulant. I don't know. I thought Hitler had one ball. It was a Napoleon complex kind of thing. Do you really need more than one ball? Was his one ball twice as large as the average ball? I mean, I think he was all tore up from 6 years of being on meth or something, you know. It's all Parkinson's gout.
That's me.
That's great, Rachel.
Thanks.
Wow. You just fucking busted that out too. I wish you got a clean piece of paper. Something on the back.
Is that really important?
No, just that you can see through it. It kind of makes it cool, actually. See the writing through it, the other side. It's great. Wow.
Thanks.
It only took you so little time to draw it, too. Yeah, put it on the board over there.
Where would you really like me to put it?
Why don't you move little Delilah.
Okay.
And put it where little Delilah is, and move little Delilah someplace where there's more size to that picture.
Okay.
Yes, it's a self-portrait. Art's important, you know. Maybe instead of painting, he should have been doing performance art, letting out his anger and his pain in more healthy ways. If it was one ball oscillating at high speeds, it could take a finger off. He should have been doing performance art, that's why. He was meant to have a one-woman show after he transitioned. After he finished transitioning.
There's no more non-alcoholics, right?
No, here, sorry. I meant to share this
That's
with you.
okay.
I forgot.
No worries,
I forgot my plan to share with you on my way back from the garage.
So nice.
We should maybe go get more. I'm not sure. I gotta get this fucking oil change. I keep hearing about it until I do.
I like this. This is like back in olden days when you did like 2 hours.
Oh yeah, let me remove your joke. Lift Eagle.
Oh,
It's like
that is.
there's any peoples that I've never even like thought of it as different at all. Hi, Michael Allen.
Yeah. I don't think of anyone as different.
I don't anymore, but you know, there was I guess even when I was a kid, I thought, what? You know, it's like
yeah.
You missed the meat stream. You know, for a stream that talks about how black is the new media is the new black. There wasn't a lot of meat in that stream. It was fairly vegan stream.
Hambone, have you seen Mad Men?
Hi, CJ O'Connell. Look at CJ O'Connell, everyone.
CJ.
Don't forget, we've got a couple of fun clues up in the mix here, still waiting for answers. We've got a conjunction of terseness. It's a 2-3. Conjunction of terseness, 2-3. Conjunction of terseness. And then the other one was jailbait old world bread.
I was just asking because I just showed Eric the first episode of it, so I want to see what your opinion of the show is and the characters. Because like it's a show that I watch that I constantly question the MBTI of. That's what I was thinking, Running Fox. Conjunction junction. What's your function?
However.
Did you just say that? Hello?
I said, however. You know what I just realized? I made a mistake.
Did I burn you at all?
I made a mistake, and I'm sorry I made a mistake for everybody. It should say disjunction, not conjunction.
Uh-oh. Oh, no! Okay, so this now changes the game.
It's a disjunction of terseness.
ENT.
It's a disjunction of terseness. Oops. My bad.
LOL.
Edit. A disjunction of terseness. Oh, Eric, you silly goose. Boy, you really are a silly goose to have gotten wrong.
Would you be upset if like you didn't have a community and that was the game that you couldn't play with me?
No, I would just give up playing it immediately. I would just be like, okay, this isn't something. There's lots of things to do. I don't need to play that game.
Because I like that you're able to have the community to do it with, but like, you know, I know it does suck when like you don't have games to play with your spouse.
We have games to play.
Obviously.
We have very special games.
Well, I mean, like,
I play just with you.
LOL.
Very special, important game. You know, like Battleship. We play Battleship, Monopoly. You know what I'm talking about.
The more that you said ENTP for possibly for what's his name?
Draper.
Yeah, the more I kind of get it. He gets, let me tell you, like, he's a polarizing character, but he gets his win in the end, which is nice. Would you be my whippet?
So close, Sky Gear, so close. I don't know if that's a word, decision. Is that a word? If it is a word, then I guess that's good enough.
Session concession.
I'm going to play this song again.
Sit on the side. What's it possible to watch it on the drive? To turn the seat down. Sit on the street. And the moment he released a mystery, he did not relate. Sit
Not
on
that it would
his
make a
mind.
difference. I just
Someone got the guitar, the not when he tried. Now watch what he makes. Siddhartha seems to accompany his greatest waking dreams. Siddhartha was royal of his life. Siddhartha the royal had it right. Siddhartha recoiled at the sight. Siddhartha said, Siddhartha, where are you now? The fantasy is to have Siddhartha right in front of me. And what would I say? Siddhartha, it's impossible to watch Siddhartha try. Siddhartha, sit down. Siddhartha, please. Would you just complete your sentence? Will you retrieve your functional gait? Your body pride. Irresponsible now that your hands are tied. Siddhartha was royal. I miss life. Siddhartha the royal. Had it right. Siddhartha recoiled at the sight. Siddhartha sedate.
Siddhartha sedate indeed.
Yeah.
Listen, email anthrax, I want you to tell your INFP the following. Say, the only lesson you're going to learn today is how to better put your foot up her ass. Okay? She better talk to the hand, not to the face.
Good lesson there, baby.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and bring out your sassy finger if you need to. Email that.
True. No one likes a finger wagging. They
Oh, no,
know
you
then.
didn't.
Uh-huh.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
Mm-mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Even the snap, the
Mm-mm. This audience is for an Oprah show.
yes.
Oh, you did not do that, girl.
Oh, no way.
Oh, no, you did not. I am denying the truth that I see before me, and by my very own eyes, I deny it. Oh, no, you did not.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny.
But clearly, I did. No, you did not. That's the kind of back and forth that happened to the Oprah show all the time.
Yeah. Bong ripping and bonging. He's a ripping guy. Curve surfer.
Oh, yeah. You want me to transubstantiate your girlfriend a bong rip?
Yes, you do. Oh.
Or I'm also going to put it out there. If somebody would like Rachel to transubstantiate a whippet for them, she might be willing to do so.
I would.
The answer I had was fission concision. But scission concision works too if scission's in the dictionary. What does it mean? A cutting in two of? Like a fission? No, that'd be one too many syllables. But I have fission concision. Let's see. Scission, the act or state of being cut. How wonderful.
So
What a
that
wonderful
counts
word.
too.
It does count. It does.
It does.
Incision is one
You
too many
do say
syllables,
that.
and so is division.
Running Fox, I'm with you. I'm not good at this game either. I want to be. If I want to be good at this game, I'd have to have any kind of
All right,
stack.
I'll do a really easy one, okay?
Oh, sorry, bro. Today. I'm good at this. I like you, baby.
Thanks. Pretty easy one. Who can get this one? It is lucky for her you're not an ENFJ. It's also lucky
Yeah.
for her you're not an ESTP or an ESFP.
And it sounds like you have patience. I've gone off on my INFP friends before on accident. Can I? May I?
Of course. Say, listen, you wishy-washy wish-a-wash. I'm tired of your vacillating back and forth between maybe and I don't know and sorta. Can we be a little bit more decisive about
What
something?
is it
please?
you want to do? What? That's all they need to hear.
Go with
What
this
is
look.
it you want to do?
I got more of this face for you, Missy.
Oh, you're in trouble. That also comes with the
By the way, for that
Latin
clue,
finger.
Indian is feather, not dot.
Ah.
Okay. No decision ever, but you've got to make decisions. But you simply got to.
Do you float on a cloud, just like wandering around?
You need your wallet. That's super easy. Magical Indian idol of genital.
You know what is difficult? Being a metaphysical type and having objects in dark spaces. Talk about a challenge. You want to get some comedy? Have intuitives go through a maze of sharp objects in the dark.
Or just have Rachel try to drink a cup of coffee.
That too. Anything, actually.
Me too, though. Same way.
Yeah.
I'm always dropping shit and knocking shit over and
And Bruce, yeah.
again with this fucking space
I
object.
want it, and I know it's there. Half the time, I know it's there.
You know what's where?
The object is. I know the object's there, right?
But
I know it's there in space, but at that time, my visual sight can't use it.
So you pick up your foot and you go like this, you know? You kick it a little bit. You know, you note it, you move your foot over, but you don't quite clear it because you're lazy and you kick it over. Like that
or
kind of
I'm
shit.
rushing and I hit a corner of the desk that's been there since I've been here, and it's probably always been there.
Or you're trying to open something like a door, but you've got your hands full of shit you don't need to have in your hands because you've been looking for something, you found yourself picked up 5 things for some reason.
That's such a great ENTP.
Why am I holding these things?
God, totally. ENTPs have a special relationship with their keys.
No, you'll find every word in my clue here in the dictionary for sure.
Oh, I'm sorry hearing about that, Running Fox. Damn.
Do you ever leave the house? Skagir?
Oh, that's a good question to ask.
See, if you never leave the house, it's pretty hard to lose things.
Yeah.
It's one of the tricks the INFP uses to retain their stuff. Third slot S size a lot better than fourth.
Soft.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
I use hair softener.
Ooh. Inky.
I used my lighter 5 minutes ago. I haven't moved from my chair, and somehow it's on the other side of the room. These sort of things happen.
They do. Oh, yeah.
They do.
They
How
do.
did
They,
that get
they
there?
do. They do. Their metaphysical stuff that happens. I'm telling you, it does. It's just like those pictures of the Matrix stuff where you're like in the same place as your what do they call it? Doppelganger.
To answer that question, pretty strong, quote unquote, in your native aspect. So whatever your dominant aspect is. So if you're an ISFJ, Morridge, your native aspect is physical, and your at the aspect of the 5th slot is physical, SE physical. You'll be treat that as an absolute value and be pretty good at it to the extent that you want to the extent that you apply yourself to it. In contrast, the 5th slot on the opposite side, the metaphysical side of SE, that is to say, following through on the steps needed to complete a plan or something, that's going to be instrumental. So you may or may not use it well, or It'll be there when you need it, but you're not gonna go and use it regularly.
Tap into it right away.
The thing is, it's like every once in a while, I will see NI in real time. It's like usually in traffic, I realize someone's coming over. I need to scoot over. It's like it's this timing thing where you get a sense that okay, some shit's going down around me, and I need to slow down right now. And it's just you're not really sure exactly. You just see like this guy's kind of wobbling, and this guy's over here, and you just know that you either need to get up past it or hang back or something. That's like NI real time.
For me, coming up with good comebacks is good ending. Like, yeah.
You like NE a lot. You like to do NE a lot.
Yeah.
And you're quite comfortable with it.
I like doing it. Thank you. Thanks. I'm studied. I think that having a friend encouraged me to really work on that. Actually, she would get pissed. Jen be like, "You're so boring. You need to like she didn't say in those words, but she'd be like, just fucking do something creative."
Well, someone's got to be a straight man anyway.
Yeah.
That's so any oppressive.
What?
Her saying that. She doesn't understand. That's because when you don't understand cognitive functions.
Yeah. She was just, yeah.
She's frame locked. She thinks her variety of the intuition is the only variety that's needed. You need both pieces. Let's see.
You're right.
Jaduker says, have you ever taken an IQ test with your parent or IQ test? I don't know if I've ever taken a formal IQ test before. I don't think I could get 160 on most online IQ tests. Every time I hit those visual ones, there you go. John Henry got it. It's a scrotum totem.
Nice. Thank you, John Henry. Scrotum totem. I'm gonna do a whip it now. After that, for scrotum totem, I'm gonna pitch it.
All right.
Was that a good bong rip?
That was a good bong rip. Hang in here. You've got a friend in me. You've got a friend in me. When you're bored and you have to go pee, you've got a friend in me.
That's a nice one. I like that. Should I translate it in oh yeah, you're right there in school. Okay.
They're playing Responsible Indian Youth. That's what Shredi Chandran and King Krishna Samarpagu are doing.
Paints a picture.
All right, who are we? Are we going to? Anyone want Rachel to transubstantiate this nitrogen to them?
It's magic.
Angantyr needs it. I think Angantyr, here's a transubstantiated nitrogen.
Scrotum totem.
We'll blow out all the way first. There you go.
Scrotum totem. I've got a pitch called Scrotum totem. Notice I'm not Don Draper.
Okay,
I'm
look.
a very important person.
My
true life path is to pitch.
We
but
can't
I take
talk
someone
anymore.
else's identity and do that.
We can't talk anymore about health benefits of cigarettes. So what we're going to talk instead about is the way that cigarettes make your scrotum more bold.
And how the healthcare for the elderly is better
than healthcare for the dead.
I want to pitch, healthcare to the dead.
Healthcare for the dead. Currently, our nation's dead are receiving no healthcare benefits whatsoever. It's time we put a stop to that. It's not fair to the dead
No, it's
people.
not.
They're not getting anything from the government.
I know.
How crazy is
And
that?
they worked all their lives.
Exactly, Rachel. Exactly. For what? Just to die?
Exactly.
What kind of a deal is that?
Not a deal for me.
A terrible deal.
It sounds like I need some death insurance.
Yeah. Who wants life insurance?
Not
you can only
me.
cash in on that when you're dead. I want death insurance. That I win my insurance money every day I stay alive.
Sky Gear, Lord of the Promiscuous Any Tool. I have a suggestion for you. It's called Google It. If you're that interested.
333. It's the number of the bee, as in B. Arthur. It's half the number of the beast.
V. Arthur. Everyone knows it. She's everyone's favorite Golden Girl.
All right. Well, 333 is called the number of the bee, B-E-A. And
Oh,
it's B. Arthur's favorite number.
is it?
It's also the number of years she would have lived to had she not died.
Damn, Rose is still going at it. What do you think B. Arthur's saying about that?
Rose, she's still alive, huh?
Yeah.
What about that old one? What's the oldest
No,
one?
Sophia's definitely dead. She's definitely dead. Sophia. At Blanche, she's gone too. I think she died in the 90s.
See, here's the thing. I'm curious why there aren't conspiracies about the deaths of these purported deaths of these 3 Golden Girls. It's like, I'm suspicious. Why did all 3 Golden Girls die around the same time? I think they faked their own deaths. They're still living somewhere,
Florida?
making TV shows under assumed names.
Sophia's still making a big meatball. You remember that? I'm making my sausage. She doesn't like a big meatball. It's a family recipe. That's such a dumb show.
So I figured, why make a bunch of little meatballs when I could just make one big meatball?
Oh, I just came in from talking to the steward today.
Is that Blanche?
Fucking stupid. It's so hot I could burn a pickle.
The steward? Were you going on a cruise ship?
Rose.
Yeah, that's Rose. Then no, Rose. She was, yes, Rose. She was traveling down to Cancun for Copacabana. That's totally the script of the Golden Girls.
That is. Which one's so?
Does gold have a half-life? I don't think it's radioactive, so I'm gonna say no.
You do have to make sure that it is. Can you boof these?
I don't think so.
I'm not actually asking to do it. I'm only asking because you're talking about it.
Good question. I don't think so.
Could you pop it like really like
It would
pop
freeze
and
your
like?
anus. That's why you have to do it with a balloon. You can't just do it straight in from the thing.
Oh, what if
It'll
you
freeze
put
your
it?
lungs.
Oh my god! Yeah, we could put a balloon though, straw into your butt, and you can potentially boof it.
I don't know if you would get I think because it's a gas, I'm not sure if it would
I
absorb or
wonder.
not.
I would. The only people that I would ask to do that is Jackass, because they like ruining themselves.
Ugh.
I know.
That show disturbing to me.
Sorry.
Baby arm mustaches.
I have baby arm mustaches.
Well, the thing about our half-lives is we can only figure out what our half-life is at the moment of our death. Then we have to do some complicated math to figure out what our half-life is.
They probably have a calculator for that now. If you want to calculate your half-life, whatever. They have calculators for everything now.
If you live to 100 years old, what's your half-life?
You know what's nice? I could
It's
go to a
not 50
store.
years old,
I could go to a store and be like, there's some deal, like 50%, not 50% off, like 75% off, like like an expensive item, and I could actually do the math on my phone and find out if the deal is actually good or not, because I can't do that kind of math in my head. Hell yeah, technology.
So what's the half-life of 100? Amount of time required for a quantity to fall to half its value as measured at the beginning of the time period. In this question, so half-life is 50. So it is 50. But
What the fuck? What kind of math is that?
I don't know. I guess the question is, if all radioactive material has decayed in 100 years, what's the half-life? You want to hold the balloon yourself?
Yeah.
You gotta pinch it here. Make sure you don't let it go.
Like a party balloon, right?
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so if it takes 100 years for all of it, if all radioactivity decays in 100 years, what is the half-life?
Is 40 years a half-life? Is that why they say it's over the hill?
I don't know. You might want to sit down, Rachel. Don't let it go. You're ready to go.
Thank you. $20.
I don't know how to do this math. It's too hard. I can't do it. I get the concept of it, sort of, but it's too hard. No, I don't want half-life to mean half of life. I want it to mean if 100 years, all of it decays, what's its half-life? That's not 50. Because it's going to take more than 2 half-lives.
It's not 50.
To decay all the way.
I think it is 40.
It might be 40. That's
They
the number that keeps popping up there.
They said on the first thing that you said in the little paragraph, it said the number 40. But then they were like dancing around it. So I think, and I do believe, because I asked my mom, I'm like, why do they call it 40 over the hill? Like, she didn't like turning 40. I remember that. It's not 60 that's over the hill, right? That seems too old to be over the hill.
Well, it used to be 40, now it's 50.
Okay. That does change too. Okay. to like this better. At least there's a calculation.
To solve for half-life. Infinite time. $100.
50.
What's NaN mean?
Not a number.
Let's see. Input beginning amount. 100. 0. Huh.
So 37. It's about 40 years then. Or
What?
50. Now they're saying.
Oh, this 37 has to do with the grams in this
Oh.
problem here. It has nothing to do with the year. I don't know. It's too hard to figure this out. Because the equation here is elapsed time equals half-life times log of the beginning amount over the ending amount. I see. So it should be 100
And
0 and then 100. What's NaN?
I can't. Why does it have a smiley face?
All right, I'm gonna put it down to 1. No, wait, why is it 100? Should be 1.
What?
Oh, I see. It doesn't do. All right. No, this is
How
100.
is it not?
100, and then this one 1. Try 1. Ah.
All right, so put time there. Put time in that box. That
Here?
box. Time. 100. And the next one, whatever number. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay.
We finally figured it out.
Half.
Let me see if I put 0 here. What do I get? All right. So you have to put something.
Yeah.
0.1. So let me see. Well, you see, you can't really do half-life for people because you never reach 0 in half-life. I think what we're gonna do is make it 1. I know what I'll do. I'll make it 101 and then 1. There we go.
It was the same answer.
15.019.
The
Right.
half-life.
So the half-life of a person who lives 100 years is 15.019 years. About 15 years. Okay.
No wonder why people like 16-year-olds so much.
I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. Figured it out. Figured it out. Figured it out. I figured it out. Boom, 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 boom. Thanks to Rachel pointing out that I was putting it in the wrong box.
You're welcome. 2 answers better than 1.
And any
Powerhouses.
together, we solved it.
Yep.
So the answer is your half-life if you live to 100 years old is 15, approximately 15 years.
0.0. Yeah.
So right now I've entered into my 4th half-life.
Well, I had a very good 15 years old. But what am I at?
Was it your quinceañera?
Yeah.
Ooh la la.
I got
You
my
can't
own
see what I'm doing
room.
right now. I'm doing something body. Something deeply, deeply, deeply suggestive.
FI?
Yes, I'm doing FI. I'm feeling emotions right now. What emotion
That's
is
so
this?
suggestive. FI is suggestive.
What emotion is this?
Figure
No,
it
philosophical
out.
thinker, you can get to zero, but it's better to go from 101 to 1 to get to zero. Because
I agree.
if you try to go to zero, then you'll discover you go 0.0000001, it just keeps getting smaller and smaller. So, philosophical thinker, I found a workaround. Thanks to my demonstrative TE.
So wait. So
I choose to do it the other way. You see, I get to zero logically, but not actually. Because listen, yes, my radioactivity, Tom Jefferson. My radioactivity.
and how many years apart are we? 14?
Yes.
So we're almost at our half-life.
Well, if we live to 100. We can't figure out what our half-life actually is until the moment of our death, at which point we know the final amount of time, so we can work backwards and do the math to figure out the half-life.
But how cool is it that we are like close to people's most half-lives?
You and I, you're in Half-Life 3. I'm in Half-Life.
Yeah.
I'm in Half-Life 4. We will join each other, I think, briefly in Half-Life 4, because you'll be.
I think so too.
You'll be 45 before I'm. $60. You'll be 45 before I'm 60.
No.
Then we'll briefly be in the fourth half-life together, assuming we both live till exactly 100. Now, if we do both live till exactly 100, you're going to have to live for 14 years after I'm dead.
It's a long time.
Those are going to be the best 14 years of your life.
Are you going to haunt me? Can I still talk to you? I'm going to talk to you.
You can talk to me once I'm dead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, hopefully, maybe I'll live to 114. It'll be fine.
Yeah, 1 day plus one, so that they say that at weddings. I hope that I live 14 days plus one, so that I die first before you or something.
One-eighth. Philosophical
anyone
thinker.
The
The answer is 1/8.
Sounds like weed.
Okay, but Sky Gear, listen. I used the calculator. Right? Half-life of something takes 100 years to decay.
Yeah, we did it right.
It's 15. 15 years.
That's why we didn't get none.
It takes more than 2 half-lives to get to 100 years when you're radioactive. You don't know. You've not been radioactive before. I spent my whole life being radioactive. When you get this cool, it turns into radioactivity.
True.
It actually becomes a poison that kills people near you.
Because he's met another metaphysical person too, so it helps. It's extra radioactive.
That's why I always try to be a little bit dorky. Make sure to keep people safe.
Yeah, it's true. You do fit in well with people.
Do you like what I like?
Do I think so?
Some cheese, some very yellow cheese. I think we should maybe eat.
Yes, I think the very same thing.
I think we're probably hungry.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
We should eat. Okay. So we're going to call this a wrap. That's to say, you want this one? This is out already before?
Sure.
All right, sure.
I don't have to.
It's already out. I'm going to put this in there. And look for the balloon, which is over there. Can you hand that to me? Thank you, my precious one.
You're welcome.
Listen, that's why I'm not doing it that way. I'm doing 101 minus 1. You know, that way you get the same thing. It's a little bit different.
Yeah.
If you've got the feeling of math in your heart, you too know the wonders of radioactivity.
It's true. You use do binary very well.
Well, listen, that's why we do it my way. Skygear. Do you want to see how long it takes something 100 years that takes 100 years to decay to zero? Hold on, baby. I think this is better. You want to hold it yourself?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Thanks.
No, it does. It does, Tom Jingleson. That's the conceit here, you see. That's the conceit. Is that life is like radioactivity. Something that you I don't know. Does it slow down or does it speed up? What's it supposed to do? Slow down or speed up? Radioactive decay. Does radioactive decay slow down? It does slow down, right? Slows down. That's why it never reaches zero. If it sped up, it would reach zero fast. I see. The variable is the amount of math. Sure. Yeah. That explains things.
Buy a Mazda now. I sound like Don Draper.
He's selling lots of Mazdas.
Yeah, I believe he's the Mazda dealership dude now. Zoom, zoom. Or maybe Mercury. Or like one of the ones, the M's. It's not an M. It looks like the pizza pie thing. It's a Mercedes. Buy Mercedes-Benz now. And I'll sell you a cigarette from the 60s.
I'll sell you a cigarette, said somebody to somebody way back when. Those were the days when everybody drank a lot of alcohol and smoked cigarettes all the time.
Yeah, and did it catch on? Question mark.
Needless to say, their lives were somewhat tawdry. As people who drink a lot tend to make poor decisions.
Please tell me more. Did you know that Don Draper had to like sober up after Mad Men because he drank so much? They kept just so authentic that they drank.
They drank while they were acting?
Like most of them. I don't think there was anyone who was in AA. I mean, except for what's her name? The INT, like Peggy. Peggy didn't. I don't know. Yeah, they did. I don't know.
Okay, well.
Probably not all the time. You can't.
We're off to a rollicking start to the day. It's 4 p.m. and we're about to have breakfast.
Cool. I'm excited.
So.
Zoom.
We'll probably be back later, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. If not, we may just be watching some shows.
Yeah.
Or
whatever.
You've wasted your day with me? Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
I usually, like, you're an INFJ. You always think you waste your day, but you really do stuff.
Listen.
Watching YouTube is doing something. I always used to justify that.
Also, remember, Running Fox, it's much better that you waste it with me than you waste it with someone else.
True. That's what I would say, too.
Yeah. Because what's your alternative? You're going to waste your day with Eric Thor? Come on. That's going to leave you hollow and empty inside. You're going to waste your day with INFP coffee? That girl's got a funny voice. What are you going to do? Waste your day with Benjamin talking about his pluses and minuses and stuff? the gender functions.
He'd rather watch host Eric, with a terrible angle on his face, his wonderful face. Tell us about C.S. Joseph and his life.
Proof is
The
invalid.
MBTI
Proof is invalid.
brouhaha.
All right, now seriously, we gotta turn this off and we gotta eat us some food before we start just becoming cannibals.
I do want breakfast. What do you want for breakfast?
Would you like to get breakfast from Jack in the Box?
Sure.
Is that what you wanted, or what were you gonna say? I interrupted you.
I don't know. I was gonna say any place.
Okay. There's an extended yawn. An extended yawn.
Oh, Mickey, you're such a little Eric. You truly are.
We call
You
Maxie
really
yawn.
is.
All
It's a
right.
Maxie yawn, like a little baby anime whose yawns are so big that they cover half his face.
That's gonna bring us to a close today.
Yes, it is.
And we want to thank you so much for being here with us today. Made our afternoon so much more pleasant. It's true.
It is.
You know, I feel like live streaming, it's great that there's people to hang out with.
It is, especially during this time. I said it like that.
Yeah. And I suggest, I want to take this moment to improve everyone's SI. Take a moment to do a little SI tending. Get up from your chair, get
Yep.
yourself something to eat,
Yep.
get a beverage, smoke
I
a
agree.
cigarette, pull a bong rip,
Mm-hmm.
take a bath, then take a shower,
Eat something good.
brush your hair, pluck your nose
I need
hairs,
to brush my teeth.
brush your teeth,
Hi, people.
apply moistener to your undercarriage balm if you use
Done.
it.
I checked that off.
Very good. Yeah, go get some food, everybody. Go get some food right
Yeah.
now. Just get up and you
Yeah.
Stick that shit in the
Go-
microwave. It'll
Go
be done
do
before
your
I know
SI,
it.
whatever that means to you, even
Yeah.
if you have to look it up.
Yeah, you go find yourself the most wonderful SI experience you can find.
Having tea with lemon pie, as I checked, you're already ahead of us. Good for you.
Autoeroticism occurs in many forms. Some of them just eating and drinking, not necessarily sexual. You know, there's a lot of kind of autoeroticism. It's called rai. This could be just like getting tired, getting to bed, going, oh yeah. You just have that moment for yourself. Have yourself an Ismahini Larby moment. Have yourself an infertile piggy moment. Have yourself a Sky Gear moment. Whoever you are, be you in this moment, okay?
Mine's the AC on my face.